What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what happened in the stock market and why I think the stock market is in genuine trouble right now, and potentially something a lot bigger can happen at the moment. It's not looking too good by any measures. So let's go ahead and talk about why that is. Before I do that, I just want to say today I got stopped out of all my positions. So I'm 100% in cash on my Robinhood account. I still have a little bit in my M1 Finance account, but I definitely sold a lot last week, especially the higher dividend players, because I sold those because I felt like there'd be a good buying opportunity around the corner. I was not expecting something like this. So, based on market conditions, I feel like there could potentially be something worse around the corner. So this is the S&P 500 futures. So this is actually live prices. Currently, we're butting up against the 200-day moving average resistance. And if you guys saw my update video yesterday, you guys will know how much emphasis I placed on this 200-day moving average, as well as one thing I didn't mention, which was oversold RSI. So we got this and we got this, but there was absolutely no follow through. And today, the bulls were extremely weak. So there was nothing today that was inspiring about this price action. Let's actually look at SPX. So it's a little cleaner. So one thing I'll note is, like, as I was watching these drops, I would always think about, like, okay, is this actually the start of a new move where we'll get some kind of retracement and a follow through higher? Same thing here, and then now same thing here. What I did was to think about whether it was a new impulsive move. I would place some fib targets, and every time we broke the 0.618 retracement, then I felt that we would most likely break below and make a lower low. And that definitely kept me in the game, and that ended up being really important for saving some money. So going back to a daily chart, so this is actually the SPX. Let's go back to S&P 500 futures. So going back to a daily chart, it is green. So we are currently butting up against the 2770 resistance on the S&P 500, also known as the 200-day moving average. RSI oversold. So I think it's very interesting. There is potential for an oversold bounce, and I don't think that the market is like 100% done. I think there's still like a potential for a move up. For example, tomorrow, if we get a very, very strong move, and let's say and this weekly chart or this weekly candlestick actually looks more like a hammer. Let's say we finish around here, and that's a lot better. Then I would have to rethink my positions. But I'm willing to wait for that to happen. I'm willing to wait for some confirmation. And right now, this does not feel very good. On the Nasdaq, which is NDX, we tried to get above the 200-day moving average. Oversold conditions, but nothing happened. We actually tried. We attempted to get above it. We eventually got smacked down. So there's clearly a lot of upper wick here. And look at the close. This is very, very low relative to the 200-day moving average. If we look at NASDAQ futures, it's probably a little better. I'm sure we're getting some kind of bounce. Yeah, okay. So we're getting some kind of bounce. Absolutely. This doesn't look extremely indicative of bottoming action. I mean, we'll definitely see what happens tomorrow because there is quite a bit of support right here. So you never know. The market could turn it around, and let's say tomorrow I'll make another video which is, hey guys, actually the market looks good. So I'm just saying, at this point there is a lot of indecision and a lot of things I'm not sure about. So I'd rather be in cash right now. If the market recovers and I see some improvements, yeah, I'll probably get in. But I'm willing to be safe until I see that happening. Obviously, I won't make as much money if I have to wait for confirmation, but I'm willing to take that risk. So, yeah, that about wraps up my analysis, I suppose. It's just interesting, if we zoom out a bit and we start thinking about some potential price targets. So, things still don't look extremely terrible. So, like I said, there's still potential for us to recover. I just don't think that it's worth it to hold stocks right now. If we were to break down below this 50-week moving average, for example, some price targets I'd be looking at on SPX would probably be around 2600 in the immediate future. And so I think around 2600 is when we'll get oversold levels on the weekly RSI. And just based on the size of this retracement, I feel like that's a pretty okay estimate to make. So that's my price target if we can't hold this line and if we don't see some improvements by tomorrow. So I definitely think yesterday was a make or break point for the market, and today it did not make. So we're pretty much there in terms of being very bearish. So all that is to say that when I see market improvements, or if I feel like the market has gone down a lot, so let's say we do get back to 2600, I think there's going to be some amazing opportunities around the corner. Amazon, all the big tech stocks, Square, PayPal, I'll probably get into those because the payments are very aggressive right now. So I'll definitely emphasize those. I'm talking Netflix, I'm talking other stocks like that. Actually, if we take a look at some other stocks, it is pretty interesting. I think Amazon still has ways to go before we hit the 50-week moving average. So this is potentially a good buying opportunity right here. Apple still has some ways to go as well. So as you can see, we're clearly really high above this line. So I think it's one of those things that are necessary in life. It's just life and death. When something dies, like in the wild, like a whale, a lot of other organisms can benefit. In the same way that when there's really bloody days and bloody weeks and bloody months, there's some really good buying opportunities and ways to take advantage of that. So yeah, that's going to be it for my update. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions on what's going on lately. Yeah, this is a Blood Phantom 81 saying good night.